Are the benefits of psilocybin worth the risk? Let's find out.
Wait. Before we actually start this stuff, if you stay until the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get access to an amazing, mind-blowing, secret community of drug abusers. Back to you.
Alright guys, so you are probably wondering, should you take magic mushrooms? Should you take psilocybin? Are the benefits worth the risk? Well, I'm going to lay some stuff out for you, so hopefully you can make your own decision. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it. So let's talk about the risk of taking psilocybin first. So the first risk of taking psilocybin or magic mushrooms is the fact that you could have a bad trip. That's pretty much the risk here. And so I want to detail out a little bit about what a bad trip is, especially for those of you that have never had one or have never taken magic mushrooms to begin with. So a bad trip is essentially you flipping the F out over some fear. Okay? Because your emotional state is highly amplified when you do a psychedelic like magic mushrooms. And so the problem is that your emotional state of fear is extremely amplified, and you are having this experience during this amplification of it, and it's an experience of whatever it is you may be fearing at the time. So I'm going to give you some example here. So one time when I was, I don't know, how old was I? I don't know, probably like 20, 19, 20, somewhere around there. I was at this like little apartment house party, and I decided to take some stuff similar to magic mushrooms. I've never actually had a magic mushroom, like an actual quote unquote magic mushroom bad trip myself, fortunately. But I've done stuff that basically converts to psilocin in your body, or however you say it. And I've had plenty of bad trips off of this stuff. So fair enough, right? But so yeah, so I'm at this party and I take this stuff, and basically I go out to the car, or to my car, and I'm sitting there. And let me go back in time. This is a grip ago. Yes. Okay. So anyways, so yeah, I'm sitting there, and basically the car seat starts eating me, for lack of better words, or to put it this way, the car seat, I start sinking into it, and I start becoming one with this car seat. And meanwhile, I'm still like flipping out because my dashboard, like just the inside of my car looks like a rocket ship. So that's pretty insane. So I'm still flipping out about that, and I'm pretty much stuck in my car seat, or at least it seems that way, right? And it also should be noted that half my car was missing. Like if you could cut it right down the middle, like vertically, like I looked over and half of it was like I couldn't see the other half, essentially. Like it was like as if somebody just took half the shell off my car and like,
Why, hello there. If you don't mind, out of the kindness of your gentle heart, could you please light the fuck out of this video?
glued it together with the car next to me. And on top of which, the fence in front of me was morphing like into my car and becoming one with my car. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, right? Sounds pretty nuts. And so during this time, during my car seat essentially consuming me and all this stuff going on, I'm also just feeling weird. I'm like yawning a lot. I'm sure if you guys have ever taken magic mushrooms or stuff similar to magic mushrooms, you'll know because you'll be yawning a lot, right? So I'm yawning, all this stuff is happening, and my throat's feeling weird, and my nose is feeling all wet and stuff. And suddenly, I feel like I gotta puke or something. And so I start like doing this throw up thing, and blood is coming out, right? Blood is coming out of my mouth. Blood is coming down my nose, right? I'm just having a great time here. And by great time, I mean I was flipping out, okay? I'm like, oh, shit. Sorry, lost myself for a minute there. But I'm like, oh, shit. And basically, fortunately, or I don't know, it's hard to say if it was that fortunate because it didn't do jack shit for the longest time. But basically, I had a big bottle of Xanax on me, and so I started eating the Xanax to try to, break the bad trip, essentially. And I'm doing this, and I'm just pissed because I've taken a lot of, it was like a pill bottle of peach Xanax, and I'm just downing it. And it's not kicking in, man. It's not kicking in. It's taking forever. And if you've ever been in this situation, you know that time just feels like an eternity in this state. Yeah, that's exactly where I was at. I was super disheartening. I was butthurt. I was freaking out. Standard panic attack level stuff, thinking I'm dying. And basically, it eventually chilled out. But the thing is that those experiences of having those crazy bad trip experiences, those can change people permanently in a very bad way if you are unfortunate enough. Now, I've never had a bad mushroom or anything like mushrooms permanently change me in a bad way, but I have had a bad acid trip permanently change me in a very bad way. And so that's one of the big risks is if you have a trip like this, are you ready for the possibility of basically having a panic disorder or a generalized anxiety disorder for the rest of your life or until you get over your own fear of death, which is very hard, by the way. I mean, I've been trying to do so for like the past decade on and off, get over the ultimate fear, which is the fear of death. But have yet to overcome it personally. I'll get back to you on that once I do, perhaps. But that's my point. They can permanently change you horribly, potentially. Now let's talk about the benefits. Now the benefits, well, it's just as pretty much great or it's pretty much as big as the negatives or the risk. And so the benefits of taking something like magic mushrooms or psilocybin are huge. Go figure, right? Like the risk is super huge and the reward is super huge. You know what they say, there's no there's no reward without a risk, right? No risk, no reward. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. Well, it's definitely true in this case. And so the benefits, one of the main ones is a newfound appreciation for life. Okay, you just feel more in tune with your environment. And you are more in tune with just everything, essentially. For example, like before magic mushrooms, I wasn't really thinking much about the fact that life is a miracle. The fact that I'm even existing is essentially a miracle, and I should be so grateful to pretty much experience anything. Like I wasn't really thinking about that type of stuff before doing certain drugs like magic mushrooms. And so once you start taking stuff like that, and by stuff I mean psychedelics like magic mushrooms,
Why hello, it's me again. If you could just please consider, just for one moment, if it wasn't too much to ask. Like the fuck out of this video!
You've definitely find a newfound appreciation for nature in general, and you might perhaps even become somebody who would rather not kill if not necessary. I mean, for me personally, it's at the point of like if I see some nasty cockroach or something in like my house or something, I'll be like, I could just kill you, but I'd rather not. So I'm going to try to, like put you in a cup or something and throw your ass outside, right? Whereas before, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm gonna smash this nastiest thing ASAP. All right. And same thing goes for just everything, ants, pretty much everything, unless they're seriously being a burden on my life. Like, you got some massive problem, then I might forego that. And I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna lay them out. And so, yeah, that's one of the big benefits of it. Now, another big benefit, and in my opinion, the number one benefit is new insight. That is in my opinion, the number one benefit of taking magic mushrooms is newfound insights and new ways of thinking and thinking about things that you've never thought about before, or at least as in depthly as before. So some examples might be time, space, consciousness, whether reality is a simulation type deal or a matrix type deal or a kind of like a video game and you're kind of playing a game as yourself. You see, like before psychedelics and everything, I never really thought about reality in that way or never even really considered it. And so psychedelics open up your mind to new ways of thinking and thinking about things you already think about essentially in new ways. And that's a huge one for me because it has helped me basically map out how I should live my life just because of that. And so that's probably the number one benefit for me. Now, another huge benefit is just the acknowledgement of different states of mind that are that extreme. Like, like everybody's aware of like, oh, I got like my emotional state of like depression, sadness, standard joy, anger type things, but a higher consciousness type state produced from something like magic mushrooms, that makes you really wonder about things like, can I maintain this state somehow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's also a huge benefit because then you start thinking, wow, maybe there's just an entirely different level of intelligence that I can reach, right? Like in just a higher state. Like you start thinking about it like a video game. Like let's say like your mind is on level 1, right? Like baseline sober as you know it, right? But then you take this and you're like, wow, there might be a level 2 that my mind could actually reach and stay there somehow. And so, there's all kinds of awesome benefits as well. And so hopefully this, weighed the risk and the benefits so you can make a good decision for yourself. Now, personally, I can't recommend this for you, but personally, I would do magic mushrooms if I've never done them before, knowing what I know now about them. I mean, I've already done them, right? But I'm saying personally, if I could talk to my younger self, right? Who had no idea about drugs or anything, and he was asking me this question, I would definitely tell him the benefit is definitely worth the risk. And hell, even the risk has some benefits, but that's a whole nother story. So hopefully you got something from this, and deuces.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the entire video. Hope you liked that stuff. But if you want to hang out more, right? Because who doesn't want to hang out with me? Be sure to check the link. I don't know where it's at actually. Where is it? I don't know. It might be in the description. It might be in the comments. Maybe it's even on this video. There's a link, okay? Click that, okay? And subscribe to my mailing list. And from there, you can get access to my amazing, super spectacular, awesome secret community of drug abusers. It's pretty cool though. Seriously though. Click the link. Check it out. See you there.